Houston, Texas. Late 1990s. A new kind of energy company rises like a rocket, sleek, modern, unstoppable. Its name? Enron. To the world, Enron was capitalism's golden child. It wasn't just selling electricity or gas. It was selling the future. A future powered by innovation, free markets, and infinite growth. At its peak, Enron was worth over $60 billion. It was the seventh largest company in America. Its executives graced magazine covers and promised a new era of smart business. Wall Street worshipped them. But behind the glass towers and visionary slogans, something was rotting. And no one, not investors, not regulators, not even employees, realized they were standing on a ticking time bomb. The dream. It began with Kenneth Lay, a charming economist turned CEO. Lay dreamed of turning Enron into more than an energy company. He wanted a financial powerhouse. In the early 90s, the U.S. government deregulated energy markets. Suddenly, electricity and gas weren't just utilities. They were commodities, things to be traded and speculated on like stocks. Lay saw opportunity. He launched Enron Online, a digital platform where companies could buy and sell energy contracts instantly. It was revolutionary, the Amazon of energy. Billions flowed through Enron's servers daily. On paper, profits soared. In reality, it was smoke and mirrors, and the illusion was just beginning. The architect of illusion. Enter Jeffrey Skilling. Brilliant, arrogant, persuasive. He brought Enron its most dangerous idea, mark-to-market accounting. Instead of recording profits as they were earned, Enron could count future profits today, based only on what they expected to make. It was financial time travel. Sign a 20-year deal, record all the projected profit instantly, even if that money would never exist. Suddenly, every new contract looked like a gold mine. The books sparkled with profits made out of thin air, and Wall Street didn't care how. It only saw the numbers. Stock analysts called Enron a can't-miss investment. The company's slogan, "Ask Why," became ironic, because the moment anyone did, the illusion risked collapsing. The hidden debt. By the late 1990s, Enron looked unstoppable, but underneath it was bleeding cash. Failed projects, bad bets, and mounting losses threatened to expose the truth. Enter Andrew Fastow, the CFO. He created a web of shadow companies, special purpose entities, or SPEs, that bought Enron's bad assets, hiding the debt off the books. But those entities were backed by Enron's own stock. If the share price ever fell, everything would crumble. To keep the illusion alive, they needed credibility. Their auditors, Arthur Andersen, one of the most respected firms in the world, saw the fraud and looked away. For millions in fees, they helped cover it up, even shredding documents when things got risky. The system built to protect investors had joined the deception. The culture of greed. Inside Enron's headquarters, the energy was electric and toxic. Employees were told, "Make the numbers or you're out." Every year, workers were ranked. The bottom 15%? Fired. They called it rank and yank. That pressure bred arrogance and cruelty. Enron traders even manipulated California's energy market, causing blackouts and price spikes, and laughed about it on recorded calls. "Burn, baby, burn," one joked. That's a beautiful thing. Executives cashed out millions in stock options, urging employees to keep buying. Pension funds and retirements were tied to Enron shares. The company had become a pyramid, built on confidence, greed, and deception. And every brick depended on keeping the illusion alive. The House of Cards. By 2001, cracks were showing. A few outsiders, like hedge fund manager Jim Chanos, started asking questions. He actually read Enron's filings and saw the math didn't add up. He began shorting the stock, betting it would collapse. Journalists followed. When one asked Skilling to explain Enron's profits, he famously snapped, "Thank you very much, asshole." Behind the bravado, panic grew. That summer, Skilling suddenly resigned, citing personal reasons. Unofficially, he saw the iceberg ahead. Inside the company, whistleblowers like Sharon Watkins warned that Enron was a house of cards ready to collapse. They were right. The fall. October 2001. Enron announced hundreds of millions in losses tied to Fasto's secret entities. The truth began to leak. Credit agencies slashed Enron's rating to junk. Investors fled. The stock, once $90, plunged below $1 in weeks. By December, Enron filed for bankruptcy, the largest in U.S. history at the time. Thousands of employees lost their jobs and life savings. Their 401(k)s, packed with Enron stock, were now worthless. Executives walked away rich. The aftershock. The fallout was massive. Arthur Andersen was convicted of obstruction of justice for shredding Enron documents and collapsed, taking 28,000 jobs with it. Congress rushed to restore public trust, passing the Sarbanes-Oxley Act in 2002, forcing corporations to disclose more and making executives accountable for fraud. But the damage was done. Confidence in corporate America was shattered. Investors realized that numbers could lie beautifully. The lessons. Enron wasn't just a company that failed. It was a mirror reflecting a system addicted to growth. It showed how easily complexity can become camouflage, how financial innovation can mutate into deception. Enron's executives didn't invent greed. They just gave it a spreadsheet. They built an empire on belief that markets are self-correcting, that regulators will look away, that investors will keep clapping as long as the music plays. And for a while, everyone did. The Enron Effect. The Enron Effect became shorthand for corporate deceit, for any company that looks unstoppable until someone dares to check the math. It changed how investors read reports, how journalists investigate, and how governments regulate. But also left a darker legacy. That if you package a lie well enough, people will invest in it. Enron's story isn't just about failure. It's about belief. When success becomes a religion, truth becomes irrelevant. The echo. 2 decades later, Enron's ghost still lingers. From crypto crashes to overhyped startups, the same formula keeps returning. Overpromise, overvalue, overhype. Because human nature doesn't change. Only the vocabulary of the scam does. Enron promised endless innovation. The world believed. And when the lights went out, it wasn't just a company that collapsed. It was faith in the idea that markets police themselves. If you want to keep unmasking the myths of money, power, and belief, like and subscribe.